Hello, my loves. It's me, psychic medium Daniel Monroe, and I'm here with you guys, Lisa Williams. I literally call her the Beyonce of mediums.
You don't need to call me that. But
I
thank you.
I was like, I think I do. It's Lisa Williams, international medium / Beyonce. Like that's the title.
I'll take it. Beyonce's like amazing. So
Amazing.
yeah.
But you're amazing. So that's why I call you Lisa Williams or Beyonce, my
Thank
Beyonce.
you.
So it's very interesting because you guys, I have watched Lisa Williams. Some of you know this, some of you don't, since I was 16. 16 years old. I
No, that
know.
makes me feel old.
I'm so sorry. But I was 16, and during the time you randomly showed up on YouTube, your Lonnie Love reading that you had on your show.
Yeah.
I love Lonnie Love in general, and then I saw you with your spiky hair and your accent and all of it. And I remember on there the part that made me laugh. I remember it to this day when you said, "Oh my gosh, your grandmother just gave me a kiss on my cheek. She said, 'Let me give you some sugar.'" And I was laughing so hard because it cut to Lonnie Love's interview part, and she was like, I got jealous because like I wanted grandma's sugar and she was giving it all to Lisa, and I was laughing so hard. But I remember thinking like what this woman does is amazing. I could never do that. I thought I was only an empath. Yeah, I was like, that's it. That's all I got. My gifts aren't there. And then it wasn't until I turned 17 that the door flew open and somebody was like, yeah, you're a medium. And I was like, thanks. I think. I don't know what that looks like. And then I went home, Googled, and you have your courses and stuff. But I was 17 at the time. And so I can only afford like your on-demand courses and things like that. And then your book popped up. I Speak to Dead People. Can you?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That book, I'm looking for it right now. I have a copy of it. It's crazy.
I have it next to my bed because I've been flipping through it. I know. Lisa Williams' face is next to my bed. You're welcome. What a treat.
Oh my gosh, that is a treat.
So it's for those of you who don't know, it's a day by day development book. And honestly, like I haven't come across anything in the 11 years that I've been doing this that's like that. And there's practices in there and there's answers in the back of the book. Like it's so good. And I got it off of Amazon. And Amazon,
oh my gosh.
And my favorite part was you would walk the reader or the student through every single day, every single moment. You would even say, like, grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea. And, and I literally was like, Lisa said, I can make tea, run over, make a cup of tea. And you said, like, really like set the scene. And that is what actually created and changed my life.
That's so crazy. It's so crazy to even think that. I was just looking for all the actual comments. I've just found them. It's so crazy. And I've heard so many stories where people have said, you were the reason why I got into mediumship. You are the reason why I now am an intuitive. You're the reason why I now run this, do my business. And I think about it. I'm like, wow. Never did I actually think that the work that I did or do would actually impact so many. And it was huge. It really was massive. So yeah, it's kind of fun. I love it.
It truly, again, every single day, you were my teacher and mentor, and you really broke down so much stuff. I do have to ask this, though. Why did you make it? I've always wanted to ask you that. Like, why did you create the book?
So the book, I remember exactly where I was. So I was in my office in Bel Air where I had a whole school. And that school was responsible for major mediums coming out of it, Colby Rebel and other people. And what happened is I had this, in fact, in that book one there, I have all of the course material from it. So I created this course and I started to look at it and I sat and wrote all of my work out every single day. And what happened is I ended up just writing out like pages and pages and pages of content. And I went, what am I going to do with this? And then in the end, I went, you know what, this book, someone's going to want it. And I remember sitting there going, no one's going to want it. I cannot tell you how many people bought that book. And it was a day by day way of helping them become a medium. And that's the reason why it came out, was because I had all of this content and I felt that a lot of people needed it, but not everybody, it's kind of a specialized book, do you want to speak to dead people? And so, yeah, that's what happened, is I had all this content. I didn't know what to do with it. So I went, just write in a book. Why not?
Yeah.
But try.
So you never thought anybody was going to buy it?
Well, I mean, I knew people would buy it, but I never thought how serious it would be. And I will tell you, you're not the only person. There's been several other people who have actually taken that book and they are now teaching classes. They use that book as a reference guide. There's so many different things that they do, which I feel very honored about that. So yeah, it's quite amazing to think that it's actually still going this long.
You have, again, this is why you're the Beyonce of mediums, honey. It's right there.
Thanks.
So going from that book to, you had this one thing, and you and I have chatted about this here and there, even on your podcast, which we'll talk about your podcast in a minute, which is amazing. Going from that to, you had this, and a lot of people don't know this, you had this Vimeo. I don't even know if that platform's still around.
Oh my God, it's been so long.
It's called Mediumship in the Media. And it was this video course.
Oh, yeah.
Mediumship in the Media. And you had a sale on it. And I think I got it for $40 or something. Because again, I was 17 living on my own. Budget was very, very slim.
Right.
So I bought it. And you were talking about what you should do on camera, off of camera.
Oh my God.
All this stuff, but you said something to the men.
I did. I'm trying to find everybody's comments. So I want to see everyone comment in real time here. Yeah.
Hello, Felicia. So you said this to the men. Men, it's okay to put a little concealer on. It's okay to use a little bit of makeup. There's nothing wrong with that. And something inside of my soul was like, what is concealer? I had no idea. I didn't even know drag queens existed at the time, just so we're clear. You said that. And and I Googled and I went on YouTube. So your video literally is what changed and shaped everything everyone has ever seen on camera, off the camera, my addiction for makeup, all of it.
Wow.
Just from that Vimeo course.
So I'll tell you how that came about. I had a lot of people say to me, I want to do platform mediumship. And doing platform mediumship is great. And then also bringing it into the media is a totally different, it's a whole different ball game. Bringing mediumship out into the forefront and bringing mediumship actually out into the media per se, on Facebook, on social media. And back then we didn't really have a massive amount of presence on social media. And so what I wanted to do is, people were saying, what should I wear? And things like that. Now, I've been trained by the best. All right. Merv Griffin trained me. And so Merv Griffin trained me. I had professional stylists. I had hairstylists. I had, you name it, I had it. And I was given, I feel, the golden ticket into the world, into mediumship. And honestly, I felt there was so many powerful things that I said. And the greatest thing that I actually said, a lot of people have said, is to just wear concealer. Because I had a lot of women saying to me, I don't wear makeup. Well, you don't have to wear makeup. You can just highlight your natural features. And, I also had a lot of guys, with dark rings. And I'm like, brighten your face up. Just put a little bit of a zhuzh on there. And wow. So I think, am I responsible for the whole making of Daniel Monroe?
Naturally. You, RuPaul, and a couple of YouTube creators.
Good.
So I always say, we make it spiritual, but we make it gay.
Oh my God. I love that.
So we have Felicia. Good morning, Felicia. Let's see if I can get it pop up on the screen. Ooh, I don't want to. Lydia?
Yeah, I'm seeing everyone. Tabby's on there. Verla, Marianne. Hello, everyone. Copper, good to see you all.
I talked Lisa into pulling some cards because I have her card deck and she has her card deck.
Hi, Paul. Yeah, I have.
Wouldn't that be wild if you showed up and you weren't even using your own card deck?
So sometimes it happens because honestly, sometimes I don't even have them handy. It just so happens that I have a deck here, which is crazy, which I think is actually funny, you know. And I love these. I love these cards. I love how they came about.
I use these even in my private readings, not just on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So let me share this. This is a funny story. So there's a card here and it's summer. All right. So this card here is summer. The card summer. So the artist of here, all right, Marie Chantal, I just gave her the book and I said, this is what I've created. And she didn't realize this exact look here is exactly where I wrote the cards. Not many people don't realize it. I was on a beach in Hawaii. And what was funny is there's also a picture that she has in here of her and her family. And apparently it was taken on a beach in Hawaii. She was super intuitive. I'm going to see if I can find it. She was super intuitive, and the way that, here it is, family. This was the exact beach that very similar to where I was in Hawaii. And it was unbelievable. And so there was something so special about how these cards came about and magical. So I was really, I felt really pleased about that. So
that's amazing. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's crazy how it happens. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you right quick before we continue on. You've been on Oprah.
I have.
You've been on Jimmy Kimmel, yeah?
I have.
Good Morning America.
Yep.
A bunch of stuff in Australia.
Yeah. The Today Show.
Quite the list. Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yes, I have.
You've done all of this. Ran academies. Been
red carpet, you can imagine.
Yeah, done it all. What is your favorite thing?
Oh, boy, oh boy.
Business-wise, like accomplishment, obviously creating Daniel Monroe, I'm sure is top 5.
I mean, of course, yeah. My greatest success, I think, is it's hard to explain this, but I think my greatest success are the people that have come out of it. So when I look at yourself, I look at Colby, I look at my master teachers, I look at all of my students that have certified in some way, shape, or form, and they're going out and standing up and being true to who they are and their gift. That is actually truly my greatest success. It's funny, actually, we must be psychic. I was thinking about this today as I was creating, I don't know, my shake or something. And I was thinking, wow, what is it that I want to do? What is it? And I'm like, I've done so much. And one of my greatest things has been the way that I have shown up with my teaching and touched all these people and had them touch other people, sort of like emotionally. I think my greatest success, and if I look back of it, one of the things I'm really proud of is my live events. Going into my live events and speaking in front of over 7 million people around the world. And that's live. That's not on TV. That's live people. And I probably hugged the same amount of people. And being able to be in that environment, I think those are two of my greatest things that I really can sit by and say, wow, if I don't know anything else in this world, I know I have changed millions of people's lives, and my students are continuing to carry on. I mean, look, I'm getting emotional. It's like my students are continuing to do it.
Yeah,
it's a really big thing for me.
Yeah, your legacy and like ripple effect that you have. Again, going back to the gay little boy sitting at a kitchen table that you didn't even know existed. You changed in every reading. Do you know? I think you know this now. I asked them those same questions because your teachings put ethics into every single student, and authenticity and love and care, not only for yourself, but for your clients. So every reading and live show, I always ask the audience, do you want to know everything?
Yeah, good. Good. I think it's important because there's something about that line where, you know, a psychic and medium, we take it for granted that we can do this, but what we don't realize is that those people watching, those people who are coming to us for readings, they are absolutely putting their whole life and their whole energy and their whole faith into us for an hour, half an hour, however long we are with them. And they're putting their whole faith into us, and we are carrying their mental health with them in the palm of our hands for not just that hour, but for the rest of their life. Because if we touch them in that moment, then you can guarantee they're not going to remember what they had for lunch yesterday, but they're going to remember verbatim what we told them 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And we are carrying it. And so I think there is such a responsibility on us. And so if I don't say, hey, do you want to know everything? And I just naturally assume that they want to know the good, the bad, the ugly, then I can get myself into problem, and it's going to cause issues with them. And I do not want to be responsible for ruining someone else's mental health. I just don't.
Yeah. I remember a mom coming to me and she was like, look, before I could even get to that question, she goes, look, my daughter passed away. That's why I'm here. And I was like, well, don't, tell the medium. She goes, no, I want to tell you because I don't want a single detail about how she passed. I don't.
Yeah. And that's good. And here's the thing, and I just want to bring context into what you were talking about. A lot of people, and I think this is how mediumship's changed. A lot of people actually come to us now, and it's almost like they're trying to test me. Listen, I've been doing this 30 odd years.
Yeah, you're the Beyonce of mediums.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to carry on testing someone in a mediumship, well, don't pay my prices and don't come to me, because I'm done. All right. I would rather someone come, not necessarily believing. I want you to be skeptical, but I want you to have a conversation with me, because you telling me the fact that your daughter's in spirit and her name does not give me anything, does not give me reference, does not give me anything. What it does is it gives me a context to work in, is it gives me a parameter. It gives me an awareness. I did this reading over the weekend, and the woman said, I shouldn't tell you how she died. And I said, I don't care how, again, mother. And, I was explaining what happened, because she really wanted to know what happened when she passed, or how it happened, because there were a lot of questions. And she said, well, it said that it was a heart attack. And I said, all I can tell you is what she was going through right at the end. And that's what I did. And then she went back and they were talking. There was a nurse there, and she said, well, the main thing that everyone comes in when they complain about a heart attack is dizziness. And you mentioned absolutely everything. And what I'm not doing is it's context. You're not feeding us. I don't need to know that stuff. The significant things are the fact that you're taking the ring off and you have her name on the ring, or you have a piece of item on the clothing, or you have her ashes in there, things that you can't Google. You can Google all of that other stuff. And I always say time and time again, the things that I want to get are the things that you can't Google.
Right. The memories. You always taught that the memories, the things that only you and that person would know.
Right.
Yeah. Good morning, Tanya. Make sure you guys come on in, say where you're from, what you're up to on this Thursday. For me, it's Thursday morning.
It's Thursday afternoon here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at all. Hello, Brenda. So, Lisa, you've done it all. Wrote books, created mediums, been on TV, all of that. You, again, talking about your legacy, and your favorite part is live shows.
Mm-hmm.
I sat back and watched, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can never do what she does. I can never be on stage. And now I have been on stage. And now you and I are doing a show together.
I know. I'm excited.
When was the last time that you've been to Portland, Oregon, or this neck of the woods?
So I was in that neck of the woods. I was in Skamania last year. So it was Washington State. So I've been in that area a couple of times, but I've never done anything. It was always for a retreat.
Oh yeah,
But now, yeah, so it's always been for a retreat that I've done. But now I'm coming in to do a show with you on the 27th of April. So I'm super excited.
on the 20th, which is a Sunday.
Sunday.
And we have the VIP meet and greet that you get to come up, meet Lisa. If you have one of her books, maybe she'll sign it. I don't know.
I'll sign books, photos, you name it. Yeah.
You can have a little meet and greet with Lisa and I. And it's going to be at the beautiful Alberta Rose Theater. I did my Mother's Day show there last year. It's honestly like almost a whole complete year since I've been at the Alberta Rose Theater. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. Lisa, do you remember the first time we met?
I remember it was in my class in Jamestown. And is that right?
No.
When was the
first time we met was Colby's classroom.
Colby's classroom, that's right, it was.
In LA.
I remember that.
Yeah. So it was in Colby's, and you guys had, I don't know how you do it. Your schedule is wild. I'm not joking. You guys think I'm busy. Pfft, Lisa is busy. I bought Lisa's book a few weeks ago and just started the lessons yesterday. Yay, Angie. Literally, I rave about this book, and then I tell my students to go buy it. And as soon as they go buy it, it says like none in stock on Amazon, things like that. And I'm like, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
So literally, you guys go buy it. I speak to dead people. Can you? I love that. I love that like loaded question. Like, I speak to dead people. Can you?
Yeah.
I
we
love
can all
it.
do it.
So yeah, so it was in LA for Colby's class. You don't know the behind situation.
No, I don't.
I've never shared this. So she was sold out, right? And I had a friend, we were, newly friends. And I always, she asked me, how did I start? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Lisa Williams. And I was like, but unfortunately, she's over like in, Jamestown, New York, blah, blah, blah. And then you and Colby had, your marketing stuff happening for the show and the class. And I sent it to her and I said, hey, she's going to be in LA. The class is completely booked. I would have totally went. I wish I would have known ahead of time. I would have taken the class. But this is who it is. And you guys had a great like little promo video and stuff. So I sent it to my friend. Well, my friend's a little bit pushy. And I remember, I've never told you this, and I'm so embarrassed to tell you, but
I love this. Tell me. I think
so
it's great.
I was in the shower and I get a phone call from my friend, and my partner answers it. And he was like, hey, it's Stephanie. And she said that she really has to talk to you. She has to talk to you. And I was like, I'm literally naked. And I can hear her just like, I don't give a shit, blah, blah, blah. Like she's just popping up. So he hands me the phone. I'm in the shower. And she goes, listen, I know how much you love this woman. It's time that you meet her. I know it was sold out. I just started crying. Instantly, I knew where this was going. Aww. She emailed Colby's team and said, hey, if you guys can make room for one person, you would be changing his life. And they opened up a spot. And she's like, so I already booked the flights because I don't want an excuse. You can pay me back later. I already booked the hotel. You just have to move your clients. And she's like, there's no saying no. And that's when I was able to come and actually meet you and go to this class. And then while we were there, I think the day before, another person like canceled the spot or something. So she was able to attend the class with me. Oh, and that's how I was able to meet you and again, change my life.
Oh my God. I'd forgotten about the Colby class.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you pulled me aside and was like, my soul sees your soul. And I'm going to put you on blast a little bit. You were like, if you can get yourself to one of my classes in New York, I would love to have you. And I was like, which class? And you're like, whichever one speaks to you, blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't until like 3 months or something I came and did, what was it?
Is it forensics? I can't remember. It wasn't forensics.
It was something mastery. It was the weekend one.
Right. Okay. Yeah. It was like a mediumship mastery or
something. That's what it was.
Yeah, I remember.
And you guys, Jamestown, New York is not the easiest to get to. Okay. It was flying into New York, then to Buffalo, and then what, a 2-hour drive?
An hour drive. Yeah.
Something. It was wild. But you looked at me when I showed up and you said, I wanted to see if you were just as serious about your work.
I remembered that. That I do remember.
Yeah. And so again,
Wow.
and here we are.
Holy crap. And we're doing an event together.
And now we're doing an event together.
I
April
know.
27th. So right here, Alberta Rose Theater. The book changed my life so much. It was like it confirmed everything inside me. So grateful. Look at this, that legacy.
Oh, Sharon, thank you.
Look at this.
That's crazy.
I got all Lisa's books. Big fan. Again, you're the Beyonce.
Oh, thank you.
Next time I see you, your lives better say Lisa Williams, Beyonce of mediums. No?
Yeah.
I'll talk to
Maybe.
Tabby about it.
Maybe.
All right. So the next thing we do have to talk about, and then we'll pull some cards, and you guys know how this works, at least here on my Facebook Live. If you tag people, we might see your name. So the more you tag, the more your name pops up. And then we can pull a couple of cards for you using, Lisa, don't hate me. I don't know the name of your deck. I know I just...
Okay, neither do I. Intuitive. Okay. No, they are the Intuitive Soul Oracle cards. That's what they are.
And it's truly, you guys, I don't work with tarot. It's a whole different vibe. We don't have to get into that. Thank you, Rachel and Tabby, for sharing the link. That is the link to go grab tickets here. And Lisa, when was the last time you did do a live show?
A live show, just a standalone live show years ago.
Yeah. So this true, when I say it's a treat, not only for me, you guys.
Yeah.
If you guys think I'm fun on stage, now Lisa's also private mentored me. And one of the things she said, I don't know if you remember this, you're like, Daniel, you're fabulous. You don't have to outdo it with your outfits. I still outdo it with my outfits. However, she was like, you have to design, this look when you're on stage that's like professional, but also chic. So what you guys see with the black slacks and the sparkles and the heel, again, Lisa's created Daniel Monroe. It's wild.
You found your own way. You found your own way, honey. It's not me. You just needed that little, that's all.
That little
you found your own way.
So you guys really, it truly is, again, not only a treat for me, but that's what I was going to say is on stage, you have to have fun and you have to connect with spirit. Obviously, that's why you're there. But you also, the more you have fun and the more the audience has fun, the easier the energy is for everyone involved, because spirit doesn't want you sitting around sad. They don't. They want you living life and living to the fullest. And it's okay to grieve, but it's also okay to live. And so that's the number one thing, that when you watch Lisa work and you see her on stage, the way she brings in spirit, literally talks to them, and you guys can see it like in real time, like they're standing right there because they are. And that's the thing that she teaches, is bringing in spirit and bringing them in as close as you can to make them your friend.
Right. You've got to make friends with spirits. So I think that's what's important. You have to literally make friends with them. You have to bring them in as close as you can, because if you're scared to communicate with them and you're scared to actually make friends with them, then you shouldn't be doing what we're doing.
No.
Because they're not going to hurt you. They're not going to hurt you in their death. They're not going to hurt you in their life. They're literally about, all they are is wanting to bring down a message to that loved one. So yeah, I agree. I'm seeing everybody tag people. Oh, look, Leanna's just said your shows are amazing, Daniel.
Oh, thank you, Leanna. That's so sweet. I didn't even see that. Thank you. Let's honestly, my favorite thing is shows. I'm not going to lie. I love teaching, don't get me wrong, but shows, sparkly heels, dead people, and a lot of fun. Like, that's, again, spiritual, but gay. Yeah. It's every little gay boy's dream to have a show.
You know what? I think honestly, I've been in and around the community a lot, the gay community. And I will have to say there is a big, big, big spiritual component to the community. It's and I think it's really important that you recognize that spirituality is just who we are. Being spiritual is really getting into the core of who we are. And whenever we look at spirituality, this is my perception, is being spiritual, we are taking the true identity of who we are and bringing it out. And I really feel like the LGBT community, or QAI, everything else plus on it, I don't know whether I've got all the letters right, but I think once we actually do it, once we actually they're connected to themselves, or we're connected to ourselves. I can't single myself out of that community. We're connected to ourselves. And when we're connected to ourselves, what we're doing is we're stepping out of that closet. So, I've had to step out of that gay community, that gay closet. I've had to step out the mediumship closet. I've had to step out of every closet you can imagine. And when we're actually allowing ourselves to be authentic, we're tapping into our own spirituality. So I think that's the reason why those people in the gay community are truly, truly more spiritual. They could be as logical as they want. They could be an attorney, they could be an accountant, but there's a massive amount of faith and trust and authenticity in that space because they're truly honoring who they are. Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean that they always are nice people.
Yeah, I think that's every community.
Of course, I actually think that, but I truly feel that, yeah. And I think it's very, very important to recognize, and even though I'm married to a guy, my husband, he honestly honors exactly who I am, because it's like, this is who you are, Lisa. This is exactly your person. And when you can't be true to yourself, you're actually hiding a part of you. You're actually hiding that part in the shadows. And truly, no one should hide in the shadows. No one should hide part of who they are. Right. That's when fear comes in. And when we're standing in our fear, what we're doing is we're stopping ourselves being a truly authentic space.
Right. And the other thing that, I've learned from you was obviously everything, but is once you connect with your soul, the authenticity, 100% your true self, that is truly the telephone to the other side, to spirit. And when you aren't connecting with who you truly are and standing in your truth, your gifts are not going to grow as strong or as fast or as rapid, or whatever it is that you want within your gifts. They're not going to show themselves because of that energy, that shift. And I know, Lisa, you have your podcast.
I do.
Hope, Healing, and Transformation.
Yeah.
Again, you've literally done it all. YouTube videos, courses, live shows. Again, Oprah, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, all of it, right? Mm-hmm. Everything. And now you have a podcast that you guys, again, Lisa works her butt off and films so many podcasts and launches 3 a week?
3 a week. Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Mm-hmm.
That is wild. Tell me why you also did it.
So I've had radio shows, I've had podcasts before, but what happened is my old TV producer, Ray Bruni, who created Life Among the Dead with Merv Griffin, he actually came to me and said, Lisa, I want to create a show around you. I want to create a show. I've always seen you doing a talk show, which is great. But we also have to realize is that Hollywood is not the greatest, industry, and it's been struggling recently. And, you are really at the mercy. Your creative space is really at the mercy of TV buyers, the buyers for networks. And so he's like, well, let's create a podcast. So thanks, Tabby. So we actually created a podcast. And what it's done is it's given me the opportunity to talk about topics that I want to talk about. I'm very big in advocate into the way that our emotions can cause illness. And so I talk a lot about that. I also do readings on there. You've been on there, which is going to be released. It's actually going to be released. We're moving it up. So I think it's being released this month. It gives me the opportunity to talk about all sorts. Some of my episodes that are going to be coming up is talking about, AI and how it's brought into readings and how people are now relying on AI to actually, do readings, which I think is crazy. Oh, wow. And it gives me the opportunity to talk about everything that I want to and more, and have guests on and do readings because I love what I do. And so Ray and I, who is a great guy. I mean, this guy.
I love Ray.
Yeah, he's won Emmys and you name
Nonchalantly, you guys, because I was on her podcast and it's filmed kind of like this. Nonchalantly, not only has Lisa Williams, posters and stuff, but 5 Emmys sitting on the back?
Cool. Mm-hmm.
4 Emmys. And he's just like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, sir.
I know. So he was responsible for Jerry Springer. It's his story to tell, and I might get some facts wrong, but Jerry Springer was one of his news anchors. And so so it was crazy. And he worked for Merv Griffin, and that's how. So what actually happened is I met him. He was totally skeptical. Him and Andrew Yanni, and they took me to New York, and we filmed the pilot, and they took me to the World Trade Center. And it was ground zero and everything else. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so they blindfolded me. They took me down there. I explained it all. They took me to the Walworth Mansion. They really did create the idea of life among the dead. This was before Teresa Caputo was doing man on the street readings. I was doing man on the street readings, all of that stuff. And so it was kind of wild. And so Ray and I created myself, Andrew Yanni, and Merv Griffin, with the help of Lifetime, we all created the show, and it became this incredible hit. And that's how it actually transpired. So I've known Ray almost 20 years. Yeah, 20 years I've known him. Yeah. 21 years almost.
So crazy. Almost my whole life.
Almost your whole life. You're old enough to be my son.
How old is your son? Because on the show, he was how old?
He was 6. And he is 25 next month.
Okay, so I turned 28 this month.
Okay, you're still old enough to be my kid.
Wild. So I do have to ask you one thing, since we'll get back to Hope Healing, about your TV show. So I was obviously looking up like interviews and stuff, because Danielle Monroe's prepared, honey. I prepared, and you're actually like my first guest on my Facebook Live. So
wow, I love that.
So you said, since you brought up the show and how you guys created it in an interview, and also you guys, her spiky hair was wild.
In fact, I have a picture. Let me just get this picture of me and Merv. Hold on. I'm gonna do.
You guys think I change hair colors and styles like wild? Look at this.
Look at that.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, Merv and I. That was on the Insider.
Aww. Look at her hair, you guys. I love it. I was watching the interview and I was like, I wonder how much time that took. But you mentioned that
it took me like 5 minutes.
Really? This takes me. Actually, it takes me like 5 minutes too.
5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So you said in the interview that the TV show, you were in LA on holiday or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you got sick. Is that correct? You got sick. And then you ended up doing a reading or something for a producer?
So what happened is I come over to LA for 97 days. Okay. So we are allowed to come over for 90 days. Sorry, I come over for 87 days. We were only allowed to come over for 90 days. So we booked 87 just in case something went wrong, because why not? Or 86 days. And so I was with my boyfriend at the time that ended up becoming my husband, who is now my ex-husband. And, I have a great deal of respect for him, because he was the one that kind of pushed me to say, hey, let's go to America. And so we went to America for, just shy of 3 months. And I became really sick. So I had an infection in my fallopian tubes. I'd had a lot of problems in my OBGYN area and my girly bits. And so I had to have emergency surgery. And what happened, so let me backtrack. So what actually happened is let me way back. So we come over, okay, way before I got sick. We come over and I was at a show. I was at a show and I met this woman, and this woman said, can I have a reading? I was like, sure. And because I was at a show, who the artist at that show, who will remain nameless, said, this is the psychic that I use. And so I ended up giving a reading to this person. And she's like, oh my God, my mom wants a reading with you. And I was like, okay, fine. Now, bearing in mind, I was only here for 87 days. And I then get sick. And the doctor says you need to have this surgery before you go home. Otherwise, your fallopian tubes, there's a possibility that they could erupt because of the pressure, whatever. I don't even know. So you need to have them done. So I was like, okay, fine. So extend your visa you need an extra 10 days on your visa. And no one ever gets an extension on the free visa waiver. All right. But I happened to walk into the embassy, say to one person, where do I go? I've got a doctor's note here. Before I know it, 5 minutes later, stamped, off you go. It was like remarkable. Then the day this woman called me up, she said, hey, I would love a reading with you. I said, I can't do a reading, but I can do a reading on this date. It was the 3rd of June. And how I know that is because it was my mom and dad's wedding anniversary.
Aww.
And it was a few days after my operation. And it was a day that I was supposed to be back in the UK. So that's how I know it was. And so she called me up. And so I did this reading. And she said to me, I know someone who you want to meet. And I went, what? She said, I know someone. His name is Merv Griffin. Check him out. And I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, when I found out who Merv Griffin was, I actually almost choked. I couldn't believe it. But I should have been back in the UK at that point. And I was not supposed to even be in America. So it was all divine timing. It was all supposed to happen, even down to how I got my visa stamped, even down to the fact that the operation was a success and everything else. It was all meant to happen.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted you to share it, because now here you are with your producer from your show doing Hope, Healing, Transformation. Mm-hmm. How many years later, you're still doing something, putting Krista says goosebumps. Hello, Lisa from Vancouver. How are you?
Hello, everyone.
So here you are, years later, with a relationship and a longtime friend doing Hope, Healing, and Transformation.
Right. Yeah.
Putting more stuff out into the world. Just, again, that legacy, that ripple effect. And you don't even do it to, let's be the next trend. You do it just to do it.
Yeah, I love it. And I think
because podcast was like popping, it's been on this huge thing. And looking at it, like people can be like, well, she's kind of late to the game relaunching a podcast, but you're doing it literally to do it.
I'm doing it to do it. Yeah, I'm doing it to do it. And we actually, this is not the first time I've done it. I did, In Search Of a couple of years ago. And then I did, I was on Hay House Radio. I had a show there. And then I was on Blog Talk Radio. So I've done the podcast space for a very long time. And I kind of got bored. And I think what it was, honestly, truly, Daniel, is you kind of get bored on your own. You kind of get bored doing this stuff on your own. And I think for me, what I really want to do is I want to do it with other people. And I think that's what really helped me, if I'm honest, because otherwise you just get bored.
Right.
And it is a lonely space. I was doing podcasts way before podcasts became podcasts. So I've been doing this for a very long time. And so when I came back into it, I was like, you know what? I think I'm ready for it. I'm also in a very different place in my career. My husband's about to retire from the military. I'm in a very, very different place in my career. I had a daughter that I adopted, and she's in a very different place. My son's in a different place. So, I had to step up and be a mom at first. First port of call was being a mom. And so that was the hardest thing. And then now I'm being a mom and wife. And now that all of that is not coming to an end, but all of that is kind of taking care of itself. And I'm not driven by the military. I'm not driven by the kids. Now I can actually step in and do my own self again.
And now you're going to come to Portland.
And now I'm coming to Portland.
Oh my gosh. I love it. So you guys can get Hope, Healing, and Transformation. Again, 3 podcasts a week is gnarly. I can barely do a Facebook Live once a week on Mondays at 6 p.m.
Oh, really?
Like between everything else. And then it's just wild. So if you guys want us to pull some cards, tag people. Kelly said, oh no, I just clicked the wrong one. So nice to see you both. Hello, Jen. Hello, Ben. I'm assuming from France. My gosh.
France, yep.
So this is the link. Tabby put it in the chat box so you guys can actually go and listen and check out her podcast. And then you guys, I have never on camera, other than like Zoom and blah, 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 but during an interview. No, I did do one, but the interview was weird. It was like on a stage thing. So it was like a podcast / live audience thing. Anywho, Lisa surprised me with a reading and had me read somebody on her podcast. And so That is coming out. I don't know the date exactly, but that will be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We're trying. It was scheduled for April, but we're trying to move it back into this. I was supposed to get a date, but we're getting a date. Hopefully this week for it. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. So that's going to be exciting. So make sure you guys tag people. We'll pull some cards, but you guys, this is literally my inspiration. And again, that TV show, you getting sick, having to stick around, you know, creating a book that has not only my life, but a lot of people's lives. Right. And even now, people are going and buying it and starting their journey. Right. How old is that book?
That's going to be probably about 13 years old, maybe 12 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Tabby said the podcast is actually coming out a day after my birthday.
Oh!
March 25th.
Tabby knows everything.
Tabby does know everything. My gosh.
Tabby knows everything.
So yeah. March 25th, my interview on Hope, Healing, and Transformation with Lisa. It's truly a special. I don't think we can give anything away on that one. We'll have to watch it.
No, it's really awesome. And you do a reading and it's really fun. So yeah.
I love that.
I know.
Should we pull some cards?
Sure. How do you want to do it?
Well,
how do you do it and I'll follow you?
Okay. So typically the more you guys tag, the more we'll pull names. It's not promised, right? Because there's so many people tagging and such, but make sure you tag people. I know on YouTube, you have to hit share. But on Facebook, you do the little @ put people's names in there. I'm super excited for your show in Portland. Aw, thank you, Jen. We're excited to see you.
Yay.
So I'm going to do what I told you about the show right quick. I cannot follow Lisa Williams, so I'm going to go first. I'm going to go first.
No pressure for me, obviously.
No, you're Beyonce. You're Beyonce. All right, let's see. Angie, my love, are you still here?
Where is Angie?
I'll pull some cards for Miss Angie. You guys keep tagging people.
So my cards literally fly out.
Do they?
Yeah, they literally will fly out.
You should do Angie.
They flew way out.
Angie, you have so many cards that flew out.
All right. Angie, I'm coming at you. Okay. So the relationship card, yes, she's here. So the relationship you had was, the cards that you had was relationship and power, and then believe, guide, and know. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say about this is if there is a relationship that you're struggling with, or you want a relationship, I'm not so sure, but this is about you standing in your power. This is not about you giving into a relationship and going, oh, I'm weak, or I don't know. What I want you to do is, I want you to stand in your own power regarding your relationship and have this, and have some faith here, because I actually do feel as though somewhere along the line, whether it's a heartfelt relationship, an intimate relationship, or just a friendship relationship, either way, it's a really important relationship to you, that you may have lost some faith here. I'm actually going to say, don't lose some faith. You're being guided along in here. And it's almost like maybe you wanted to close the door. You may have wanted to, for some reason, whatever you're wanting to close the door on, I'm going to say question closing the door. I'm going to say question. I'm going to say definitely have boundaries, but I'm definitely going to say question closing the door, but have some boundaries regarding this. Stand in your power, my dear, when it comes to this relationship. I don't know.
We hope you can understand that, Angie, my love. All right. So again, I'm supposed to follow that. My God, I knew I should have went first.
Oh, please.
Daniel, you look amazing. Lisa, you're gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Margie.
I love it. All right. I'm going to scroll again. Keep tagging people so your name's popping up. I'm going to go with Christine John. Christine John, my love. Are you still here? So I do it obviously differently. So my cards, actually, you would think with my long nails, they'd be flying all over the place, but they don't. They don't. I'm a professional. I'm a professional with my nails. All right. Christine John, my love. Tattoo hand. I always have people choose tattoo hand or no tattoo hand.
Ooh.
I know. What's going to happen when I get tattoos here?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, tattoo hand, no tattoo hand. Also, Lisa, you asked me a very important question during the interview.
What was that?
And I want you guys to comment. I want you guys to weigh in here. Should Lisa cut her hair shorter or keep it growing long? Look at her hair. Should I tell them what I voted?
Yeah.
I voted keep letting it grow and just do like the Jennifer Aniston, you know.
So I actually did that. I had it all really layered because I followed Daniel's advice. I just curled it. But not everybody realizes, but I have such an undercut under my hair because it's so thick.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think I should,
comment down below. All right, Christine says tattoo hand. Ooh, Christine, my love. So this card says choice. This is also, before I continue reading this, so wild that Lisa's watching me use her cards while reading. But I digress. So my love, instantly what ends up popping in for me, Christine, obviously this is looking at options. You have choices. But the thing that stands out here is the gravel or the stones in the path. So let me show you. The stones in the path. So instantly Spirit's making me feel like things have been not so smooth for you. Things are getting a little bit rocky. But also what I just heard, thank you, is you have to stop putting obstacles in your own way. I kept hearing that. So you have the choices and decisions to make things better. I also just heard learning how to say no. So that's going to be choice number one, my love. Learning how to say no. And obviously refilling your cup. But I also just heard allow other people to take care of you and tend to you. Kind of like, my camera's all sideways. Kind of like how she's taking care of the flowers. You have to allow somebody and other people to do that. That doesn't make you any less. It doesn't make you weak. To have somebody help you. So I'm going to give you some advice that just popped in that somebody that's now in Spirit gave me years ago. Sometimes we create our own chaos or we allow our own chaos. So again, Spirit keeps drawing my attention to the stone, and you have the power, my love, to say no and to smooth things out. And again, allow other people to tend to you and take care of you. So I hope you can understand that, Christine, my love.
Ooh, I love that. All right, who else do we need?
Let's see. The more you guys are tagging. Lisa, your hair is stunning. Look at this.
I know, I saw that. Thank you, Terry. And she's a hairdresser, so I know her.
Oh. I heart your hair, Lisa. Please keep it long. Yes.
Thank you, Lisa.
Or should she go back to the spiky hair?
Yeah, someone has said do it shorter. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know whether my husband was like it shorter, but anyway.
You're welcome, Christine. All right, so we have Krista Wilson.
Krista. Oh, interesting. So Krista okay, so this is interesting here, Krista. Literally card flew out and it's called Children. And this card is all about unconditional love, purity, innocence, and nurturing. You could be wanting a child. However, immediately as I saw this, initially I went, you've got to connect into your inner child. What this tells me, Krista, is that there may be some healing that needs to happen. Within us all, we actually need this healing. We all need to connect into our inner child. We all need to connect into the child that we were. And also start having some fun. I feel here for you, Krista, that this is the opportunity for you to tap in and let go of the should, would, could, or what you think it should be. And I'm going to say, start living your life exactly how you want it to be, and start acting and reacting and start being that innocent little girl that you were. And stop going. I feel as though there's got to be a lot of healing somewhere. I'm not sure if that resonates for you, but just allow the healing to actually happen. Also, I'm going to say to you, if you have children, okay, if the children are, she literally just put, I have 3, okay? You can't make this shit up, can you? All right, but if you have children, this is now about you also nurturing your children and allowing them to be the best part that they can be. And I feel like it's a big healing connection together. Don't know why, but there you go.
Oh my gosh. You guys, I have to get used to reading next to Lisa Williams again for April 27th. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be sparkly. I don't know what Lisa's going to wear yet. I don't even know what I'm going to wear.
Yeah, I've kind of thought about it, only because I'm standing next to you with sparkles on, so I don't know.
Honestly, I get a lot of my sparkly like bodysuit situations from Amazon.
I have sparkly bodysuit, a black spot. I don't wear black anymore though.
All right. Paul, my love, are you still here? Your name popped up. Paul.
Oh, I love Paul.
Aw. Hello, Paul. All right. I'm going to do it. This card actually like stuck out. I'm going to try Lisa's way. You guys are going to watch me try it Lisa's way. All right, Paul, my love. Hopefully you are still here. Can't wait to finally meet you, Lisa, and grow that beautiful hair.
Oh, that's sweet.
All right, Paul. So while you're coming in, Paul, let me see if I can pull your thing back up. There you go, my love. So you actually got the butterfly card. Shocking, shocking. Look at the lavender. Look at the butterfly card. So a lot of change, transformation. We all know that that comes with the butterfly. But what's very interesting here, Paul, my love, is the lavender that they're drawing my attention to. So the calm, I feel as if like you're very cool, calm, and collected, but to a fault. I just heard to a fault. So what's popping in here is there's going to be a little bit of a theme, so just learning how to say no. But it's okay to be cool, calm, and collected and have your, we'll call it the BS meter up here. It's okay. But don't wait until somebody hits that before you say no or before you set your boundaries. That's very interesting. I just heard very clear boundaries. So it's okay to keep the peace. It's okay to have all of that. But sometimes you keeping the peace is at the cost of your own peace, Paul. So making sure that this new, and again, transformation is happening. You're on this new chapter, this new path. I know like my Saturn in return is about to happen. That's as far as I know astrology wise. I know Lisa's like, oh boy, it's a struggle. But you are in this new phase, this new chapter. But one of those things, Paul, that is very, very clear is, again, cool, calm, and collected is good, but making sure that you set your boundaries. Very interesting. You're also very gifted. So I also heard boundaries with spirit and needing to be able to sleep at night. So I don't know if you're having trouble sleeping, but really focusing on that and bringing your energy in. So I hope you can understand that, Paul.
So can I add to that, just because
Yeah.
I wanted to, and I know Paul. I've met him once, but he's often on mine. And so I also had the relationship and standing in your power card fly out. So what if that is regarding you, Paul? Stand in your power, stand in your strength with regards to relationship. I'm just adding to that. So anyway.
Should we do the next couple ones double linking?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. You guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say this. Lisa charges a pretty penny. This is quite a treat. I didn't even think we were going to do this, to be honest. If you guys think my prices are, and you know what? She's worth every penny. Every single penny.
I'm always booked up. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're always wildly, again, busy. Lisa, yeah. While we are, let's see. Norma, my love, are you still here? Norma. Do you remember during private mentoring, you telling me that, one, it's going to be lonely at the top?
I do.
But something that you said, remember, I never wanted to change my prices. I never wanted to bring them up.
I remember that.
And one of the best advice was, and gift that you gave me and compliment was, you have to start changing the standard in your area. And that was the biggest, like, I get emotional even just saying it now, of changing the standard in our area.
Right. It's true. It's true. I actually literally reached out to a friend of mine today who's also a medium. And I said, you're far too cheap. You know, when you're booking out, and it's not about money here. And I want everybody to realize it's not about money. It's about respecting the gift that you have. And it is really about, respecting the gift. And I think when you are putting your prices to what you truly deserve, you're respecting your time, your energy, your effort, and also people are respecting your time, energy, and effort as well. Now, I recognize that not everybody can afford a private reading with us, but that's when these Facebook Lives and these little events and these events that we're going to do in April come in, because they're much cheaper. But I feel like what we're doing here is we're giving people a piece of our time, a piece of our energy. And what people don't realize is how much that it takes for us to actually do a reading. You know, our cortisol level rises, the blood pressure rises, our heart rate rises. It takes a huge impact on our body. The only gift that I can really ever give anybody is my time, because it is so valuable. So I feel like there's also an impact on us. So not everybody realizes it's not just your time, it's everything that your body actually goes through as well. And having 30 years in on this, I'm going to tell you, it's a hard toll on your body.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah. So this truly is a treat. All right, Norma, I'm here. Oh, click the wrong one. Here, I'm here. Here we go. And having a rough day. Where did it go? I clicked the wrong one. Hold on. Where did she go? Norma, my love. Yes, I'm here. All right. So, Lisa, you already had some fallout, so go for it.
Oh, I had two fallout, which was actually about spiritual guides. So one was your guide and the other one was your identity. So I feel like this is really about you trusting in your guide. You starting to form a relationship with your guide. You're starting to form a relationship with who you are and your guide, because the next one was identity. And so this is about you stepping in and finding your authentic truth. I'm really going to encourage you to step into a spiritual gift and start creating a spiritual routine. And you might be in this as a spiritual person, but start really taking it seriously right now. I'm really tapping into the identity of what it means to you to be spiritual, because I actually feel as though there's a massive pathway and life-changing opportunity for you that is going to come up possibly within the next 6 to 8 months, and I do feel that you're just going to need to have a little bit of faith in the spiritual side of things.
So it's interesting because to piggyback off of Lisa's, the card, my love, says power. So standing in your power, strength, powerful, and firm. This is a really pivotal, oh, look at Daniel using big words today, my gosh, moment in your life, my love. It's, I hate to say this, but I heard it's either shit or get off the pot. So this is the time to really take that leap of faith, really surrender to not only your gifts, but to who you are. And it's okay to reflect. I don't know why, but the word reflecting is popping in for you, my love. And really taking inventory on what you need to let go of and what you're going to be taking with you, or even who you're going to be taking with you. Because as you step into your gifts, you're going to be evolving and you're going to really be reflecting. So there's nothing wrong with standing in your power, standing in your truth, and really taking that stand in this new version of you, which is going to be exciting. I'm actually really excited for you, my love.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
Yeah,
so we'll do a couple more, but before we'll do a couple more, but we do have to ask you guys a really important question. Lisa wants to know, not only is she coming here to do the show, but do you remember we were going to...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you want me to ask them or no?
Yeah, you can ask them by all means.
Do you guys want Lisa, who's all my peeps here in Portland, Oregon? We can either do it here in the class, in my classroom academy, and we can fit about 15 people comfortably, or we can look at other options. But we were going, obviously, we're doing Hello from Heaven April 27th. But do you guys want Lisa to also teach a class Saturday?
Yeah.
So go off in the comments. And if you do, what do you want it to be about? What do you want it to be about? All right.
Oh, you can't make this shit up.
What happened? Yes. See, Spirit's like, yes. Yes, you're doing it.
Literally flew.
Is it because of the rainbow and because I'm gay? Is that why? I think so.
No, it has nothing to do with that. But...
No, we definitely, it will be fun. It will be fun. All right, we are going to go to, and we'll pull a card. So while you guys are going off in the comments, I did want to go to Nick and Shaw. I'm here, Daniel, needing to hear something today to help me. Rough day. I hope you're still here, my love. Lisa literally has cards flying out.
You have no idea.
I tried it. Oh, you know what? I did it. A card fell out. Oh, it's the same card. Choice, girl. You got choices. Decisions.
And then you got to believe. You got to trust in your own instincts. Somehow you got to actually trust in your own intuition, because something is telling you that you're ignoring your own intuition, and you actually need to listen to your own intuition.
And you have to make that choice. Like, stop. I just heard this. Don't shoot the messenger. Stop making the wrong choices. Stop going backwards. I don't know if you keep going back to same habits or situations or relationship, whatever the case may be. Stop making the wrong choices. You know what you need to do.
And you got to believe in yourself here. You got to believe in yourself. And this is now about keep the faith and trust in your sense of knowing.
Someone said thank you. Both of you are spot on. Oh, you're welcome, Norma. All right, so go off in the comments if you want Lisa Night. Class with you and Lisa would be amazing. Somebody said I'll say yes for my sister.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right, one last one. Do you want to pick, Lisa?
No, I'll let you pick.
I don't think you can see the comments on your end.
I can see the comments.
Let's see. Scrolling. All right, Deanna, my love, are you still here?
All right, so dun, dun, dun. Well, I had a card that popped out way before you chose her, but that was work. But a card just flew out here. All right. Okay. So here we go. We're going to take the work away. This is, what did you get?
Oh, I got universe. So opening up, receiving, also taking more breath. I don't know if there's like a lot of anxiety that you have going on, but I keep hearing like, just breathe. And also open up to your gifts more. Open up to your gifts more. What did you get?
So I got, I wonder who that looks like.
I think that's your validation. Keep your hair long.
Okay, yeah, probably. So I pulled out the word secret, and then I pulled out commitment. And these cards are all to do with yourself. So this is actually about committing to yourself, and this is about actually no longer keeping yourself a secret. This is about you stepping out into your own true authentic self. This is also about listening to yourself and trusting yourself and trusting your own knowledge within yourself here. I also feel that try not to hold back emotions. Try to actually no longer be this secret and hide. This is now about you stepping out and trusting who you are. It's time to commit to yourself here. Really, truly is.
So the other card that fell out is believe. Believe, trust yourself, believe, keep your faith. And again, believing in your gifts. Stop second guessing and being your own worst critic, my love.
There you go.
There you go. All righty, Lisa. Thank you so much for being on my Facebook Live. April 7th, Lisa Williams and I will be here at Portland, Oregon at the Alberta Rose Theater saying hello to your loved ones in spirit. And maybe even a class. We'll talk about it. We'll see. A lot of people are excited about it. So we'll see. All right. Thank you, Lisa. Go and check out Hope, Healing, and Transformation. As soon as we get links and stuff, we will go and post it for my interview. But there is the link already. You can go and catch up and subscribe so that we get all of her little notifications. And maybe we can get Lisa to come back afterwards. Who knows? And go check out her. You have another retreat coming up, yeah?
Yeah, I have another retreat in Norway coming up. That's what's happening. And then, oh my gosh, I've got a speaker's course that is happening. So if you want to be a public speaker, I've got that happening. But I'm also got the opportunity to come and have readings on the show as well. So if you do want to have a reading on my podcast, then go to lisawilliams.com/podcast-guest. And then you can come and have a go on my show. Why not? Get a reading with me.
Oh my gosh, that would be life-changing. All right, Lisa, thank you guys. Before we go, I always tell everyone this. Remember to love yourself and to be yourself. And don't let anyone tell you different. Okay?
Perfect.
All right, you guys. Happy Thursday.
All right. Bye, everyone.